But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the show on the road. So, who I want to speak to first? Why not Nicole? Nicole, how you been? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Well, just it was good. Someone hit my car, but outside of that, it was good.
Wow, you serious?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
somebody. I was, yeah, I was sitting still, and she was toting the trailer and didn't clear my car.
Wow.
But outside of that, it's good.
Is it totaled or you about to get a G
No,
wagon?
I mean it's gonna get fixed, but it's probably like maybe $6,000 worth of damage.
That's a lot. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully everything is okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you already know that's gonna have a correlation with your fat loss. So, how do you feel like your weight loss journey was this week?
I think it was still good. I went on a retreat Thursday through Saturday, and I didn't gain any weight, so um, it's fine. Even after Saturday, after that happened,
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
still been eating right. I mean, I guess it's one of those things. It could have been worse, so that's the way I'm looking at it.
Right. Okay. So, just to have an idea, what? Let's talk about it since you went on a retreat, right? So, what I want you to
Hmm.
do is tell me, if you don't mind, give me an idea of where were you at weight wise before the retreat. You say you didn't gain any weight, so tell me what tips did you try to employ that allowed you to actually come back unscathed and not gain any weight.
I just didn't go off the rails. Like it wasn't. I didn't deprive myself. Like I had a couple of those. What are I think they're called sour punch straws.
Mm-hmm.
I had some of those and a couple of hot chocolates, but just didn't. For the most part, I stuck to my proteins. Um, yeah, I stuck to my proteins. Didn't have a lot of carbs or things like that.
Okay. So you know what? What I want you to do. How many days was this retreat, by the way?
Thursday through Saturday.
Okay, so about 3 days. Tell me the worst day that you had during this retreat, and tell me everything that you ate and drank to the best of your ability on that specific day.
Uh, I had an Izzy. That was terrible because that was 14 grams of sugar. Um, I had an Izzy. I had some fajitas, but I had the rice and the tortilla along with the beans and the cheese. Um,
Okay.
and and a bag of chips. That was the worst day I had.
Okay. So from top to bottom, you say you had an Izzy. Is the Izzy like one of them sparkling waters or like a drink or a beverage? I think I've seen it
It's
before.
it says sparkling water, but when I looked at it, it's 14 grams of sugar in that
Okay, all right,
can.
there you go. And you now learn that that is considered a what? A water or a what?
That's juice.
Yeah,
It's sugar.
juice, beverage, you know what I'm saying? That is masquerading as water when it's really not.
Hmm.
Okay? So, but ultimately, all in all, you said it had 14 grams of sugar. Is that the worst thing in the world?
Hmm. I mean, no, not to have one. If I would have
Right.
just, went buck wild with it, then yes.
There you
But
go.
just have one, no.
Okay? So, once again, ladies, if you're going to drink your calories, make sure it's worth it. If I'm going to drink my calories, I'm going to get a margarita. But she can have it Izzy and torture herself. I can have a margarita. Essentially, we're doing the exact same thing, and just in our own little way. All right. So just be mindful of the calories that you're consuming via liquid, because these are the calories that you're not really considering as food, and these calories is not gonna make you full either. All right. So now, Nicole, your very first meal on your retreat was what on that particular day?
Eggs and sausage.
Eggs and sausage. Okay.
Mhm.
Now,
Oh, and some fruit. I had some pineapple.
and some pineapples. All right.
Hmm.
So ultimately, was that a bad meal choice?
No,
And
because I
why do
had
you know
more.
that?
I had more protein than anything. The
Simple.
eggs and.
All right. So once again, ladies, she is traveling, but because she's keeping these same tactics, this is why she is still noticing that the scale's either going to stall, even though she's traveling, or it might ultimately drop. because she's still following the same tenets that she learned. She had eggs and sausage with pineapples. I'm pretty sure she was offered bread. I'm pretty sure she was offered stuff like oatmeal,
Waffles.
parfaits, things like that. True or false?
It was waffles.
Waffles. All right. But she opted out for the pineapples. Why you think, of course, you should choose pineapples over waffles?
The waffles with carbs, and then you have to put the syrup on it, which is extra. So,
Exactly.
but the pineapple was more satisfying anyway.
There you go. So once again, when it in the grand scheme of things, y'all, even though we already know the best type of fruit is what? Berries, right? She
Hmm.
made the best choice out of her current situation. So once again, anytime you want to look at a serving size of any fruit or any vegetable, you want to type in 1 cup or 100 grams. So 1 cup of pineapples is 25 grams of carbs. Okay. So now y'all fully aware that when you going out and about and you probably get that container of pineapples, the small container, not even the large size container, that's going to be like 4 servings. So that means whatever you see times 4. So yes, that small container of pineapples is going to have about 100 grams of carbs, right? But at the end of the day, she's still getting some fiber, she's still getting some polyphenols, she's still getting some antioxidants. She's not getting none of that from a waffle. And just to give y'all some comparison, if we go ahead now and type in waffle nutrition facts, right? You already know that the worst part of you having that waffle is not really the waffle itself. It's going to be, like she alluded to, the waffle with the syrup. Okay? So the waffle got 25 grams of carbs. So for all that, like she said, I might as well want you to have pineapples opposed to you having a waffle, right? But then if you look at any type of syrup, like here, let's say we type in Unjamama, or let's say we type in log cabin. Log cabin syrup, you already know. Do they have it right here? Yep, they got it right here. 27 grams of carbs for 2 tablespoons. And if you was anything like me back in the day, if I'm having waffles, I'm gonna get my syrup and I'm gonna make sure a little bit of syrup is in every single little waffle indentation. So that's gonna be probably about 3 to 4 tablespoons, which means that off the syrup alone, I got about 54 grams of carbs. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. All right. So, ladies, do not be afraid of fruit. All because I tell y'all that berries is the best fruit doesn't mean you got to always end up with berries. Just be more mindful with the other types of fruit. Because a lot of people didn't know that a pineapple, and not a lot of pineapple, got about 25 grams of carbs. Like one apple got about 23 grams of carbs. Like one of my clients learned earlier today, one banana has about 27 grams of carbs. So these are not bad. It's just a better option if your goal is to see the scale drop more. Okay? So, Nicole, after that meal, and you know what? I'm pretty sure you didn't know how many eggs, of course, is gonna be in it. So, did it have like an omelet station or no?
No, it wasn't an omelet station, but I can say that I had more eggs on the plate than anything.
Good. Okay. So then, after that meal, you said you had fajitas, basically, right?
Hmm.
Fajitas with what else? What was your sides?
Uh, the rice, beans, and cheese.
Okay. Out of all the things that you named, which one you know for 100% fact is gonna make you gain weight, more weight than anything else, and why?
I'm gonna say the beans.
You gonna say the beans?
Hmm.
Okay, that's a good guess. So now, before this program, Nicole, you was taught all your life that beans are what?
They're healthy for you. They're
They're
a source
healthy,
of
right?
protein. Hmm.
And you notice how you just said protein following right after that.
Hmm.
Okay? So now, one thing I want y'all to remember is, are beans, okay, what's your favorite type of bean too, by the way? Black, charo, pinto, kidney,
Uh,
which one?
kidney,
Okay. So
kidney.
we're typing, so red beans, right? So
Hmm.
if I type in kidney beans, and once again, because nobody just eat one bean, you want to type in 1 cup of beans, right? So red kidney beans, as y'all can see right here, got 40 grams of carbs, but 11 grams of fiber, but 15 grams of protein. So Nicole, you already know, in order for you to find out net carbs, it is carbs minus what?
Carbs minus your fiber.
Fiber. So that means 40
Mhm.
minus 11, that's 29 grams of carbs, right? But how many grams of protein do you see right there?
I can't see, but you said 15, didn't you?
Okay, all right. Can y'all see my tab? Okay. Yeah, so this it's got 15 grams of protein.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means beans is a carb that just so happen to come with protein.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So are beans healthy for you, ladies? Yes. But now for more my other clients, let me ask Nicole. Nicole, why do you feel or why do I tell my clients don't have beans and don't have rice?
Because it's not is what we will do to the beans. Because we're going to add extra ingredients, and that's going to even increase the carbs to be worse than it is already.
There you go. As simple as that, right? And the main reason why I also say no beans, no corn, no bread, no rice is not because beans are bad. It's because I already know if me and Nicole, matter of fact, if anybody, one of y'all, if me and Miss Daniels go out to a Mexican restaurant and we order a plate or dish that comes with beans, it's also going to come with what, Nicole?
Rice.
It's going to come with rice. And what do women usually prefer? Beans or rice? 9 times out of 10 is going to be rice. So now we're looking at the rice nutrition facts. It says 45 grams of carbs, zero point 0.6 grams of fiber. So it don't got even close to the amount of fiber that beans have, which is good for you for your gut microbiota. But beans also is going to have the folate that your body needs. It's going to have the vitamin B12 that your body needs. Beans is a powerhouse. But a lot of women cannot have beans alone. They got to have beans with rice. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're not able to order beans without rice, I don't want you to have none at all. Because you already know you're going to have that mental battle within yourself and saying, oh man, well, the rice came out too. And you know I love rice. You know what I'm going to do? I'm only have one scoop. And that one scoop turns to all the scoops. And now you're pushing the beans to the corner because you're too full. All right. So if you're able to order beans, ladies, by itself, for instance, if you go to a place like Kava, where you can get the legumes, you can get the lentils, or a place like Chipotle, where you can get the pinto beans or you can get the black beans. If you can order beans without the rice, you can have beans. Period. Don't be afraid of beans. Just understand that these beans itself, once again, is still a carb-based product. So just be a little bit more mindful with it. All right. And just to give you all a little bit more advanced game, the absolute best bean that you can have if your goal is to see the scale drop, it's not going to be red kidney beans. It's going to be black beans. Okay. And black beans, as you can see, is going to have less carbs in it, more fiber. So if it got less carbs and more fiber, that means it got a better net carb profile than the red kidney beans. It's going to be better than the pinto beans as well and charro beans as well. All right. So if you was out and about and you had to make a decision real quick when it comes to beans, order the black beans on average. But you know, red kidney beans are cool here and there. They're just one of the worst beans on earth for overall gut health. So don't abuse red kidney beans, especially from the south. All right. But after that meal that you had, Nicole, did you eat anything else later?
No.
Okay. So what time do you think you had this fajita meal then?
It was at 5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at this retreat, because you know every retreat is different. Um, did you had the opportunity to eat again later since you only had 2 meals the whole entire day, or you just really wasn't hungry, therefore you opted not to eat?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to eat 3 times.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah,
And then when they opened the snack shop, I had the opportunity to get some stuff from there, but I just wasn't hungry.
yeah. Okay, all right. So once again, ladies, she's listening to her body's cues. If I am not hungry, why am I eating? Doesn't make sense. But once again, when you're growing up in America and you was taught you're supposed to eat 3 square meals in a day plus 2 snacks, you're giving your body no time to run through its own source of body fat. If I'm giving my body calories, it's not going to touch none of that fupa fat, none of that back roll, none of that teacher arm. It's going to use the calories that you just gave me. When you put me in a predicament where no food is coming in or no calories is coming in, which means no energy is coming in, I gotta use my body fat. Just like if no income is coming in, which means I'm not getting a check, that means I have to pull from my savings account even though I don't want to. Fat is your body's savings account, ladies. So you don't got to keep fasting. Just know any type of window is going to make your body churn through some of that body fat some point during the day, especially if you're a little bit more active earlier during the day, which majority of women are, which is why y'all windows is usually around 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock, a little bit later. All right. So throughout the whole duration of the day, for your first portion of the day, because you're not giving your body any calories, you're drinking water, you're drinking green tea, which is going to actually give you a metabolism boost because it's caffeinated, and black coffee because caffeinated is going to give you more of an adrenaline boost, which means your body has to run off a little bit more body fat. You are a fat burning machine until you decide to have that coffee with the creamer or have that 2 eggs and 2 sausages, which we all now know that's not as much food as your body needs to break your fast. Okay? So if Nicole can go back in time, and it was up to you because you're not at a resort or a retreat, what would you do different to try to see the scale drop a little bit more, if any?
More proteins. I would add the fajita meat and just the meat and the vegetables versus doing a the rice and the beans, or choose one or the other.
All right.
Because I have or chosen one or the other and have dropped weight still.
There you go. All right. So after this call, I'm going to go to a Mexican restaurant. Why? It's Taco Tuesday. I know I love their flour tortillas, but we already know the worst carb on earth that exists is bread. So if I choose to have their flour tortillas, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compromise and tell myself because I'm having this flour tortillas, I'm having my fun, can eat the beans and rice. Let's say I having the fajita style, and I'm totally fine with just having the fajitas with the veggies, and maybe have like a Coke Zero, nothing crazy. Now, if I want the rice and beans, I'm allowing myself that rice and beans. Why? Because I'm not eating any flour tortillas with it. So as long as y'all compromising, ladies, I'm telling you, that's gonna save you from gaining any type of weight when you're traveling, retreats, family functions, baby showers, etc. All right. If you're drinking something crazy, you're having your margarita, or you're having your French 75, or your lemon drop, let me keep it cute with what I'm ordering when it comes to food. Even though we all know I want you to order and eat your calories, not drink it. But if you're eating your calories and you're not a big drinker, or you're not drinking at all that day, you can have a little bit more fun with what you're eating. Hence why Nicole said she did have a little bit of beans in the rice and the tortillas with the fajitas, and she had the pineapples, even though it got 25 grams of carbs, all that. Nicole, how many pounds did you gain?
None.
Exactly. When y'all on vacation or going out of town, the name of the game is not to lose any weight. It's to maintain your weight to the best of your ability. It's really that simple. I do not want nobody to really expect to lose weight out of town because you're not knowing what oils they're putting in it. You're not knowing what type of condiments they're using. You're not knowing how this food is being prepared. So as long as you're not seeing the scale shoot up, you should be a-okay. I had a client that just came back from Miami. She was out there for 45 days. She gained a grand total of 0 pounds. And it was during her birthday. And she was drinking. And she was eating. But because she was still following the same tenets, okay, let me make sure I have a little bit more protein. All my appetizers are going to be protein based. I did have a lemon drop, but after my lemon drop, I'm going to have a vodka soda. And then if I want another drink, I'm going to have a lemon drop. Because she was being more intentional in the aware of her food choices, she literally gained 0 pounds in Miami for 5 days. That's literally unheard of. When I go to Miami, I gain 8 pounds every single time. But I do too much. But I know that because I feel like I'm always able to get it off. Okay? But as you can see, the more confident you are with how your body's responding to food, you can make little choices like that. You have nothing to be afraid of. So Nicole, I would definitely give you an A+. So good job. All right.
Thank you.
So since you're back in town though, do you have any color on your stick or no?
Yes. Yes, I do have color on stick.
Okay. All right. What day did you come back? If you don't mind me asking.
Saturday evening.
Saturday evening. And since Saturday evening, have you seen the scale drop?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So other than that, you're doing
So a
everything
couple,
right. So keep doing your thing. All right.
couple, yeah.
Good
But
job,
I think
Nicole.
it's
Yeah.
down. So I think because I'm getting closer to my goal weight,
Uh huh.
it's you know it's not going as fast.
Okay. So you know what? Let's talk about it. How many pounds are you away from your goal weight, and how many pounds did you lose in total during this whole journey?
58 pounds total, and I am almost 15 pounds away from my goal.
Okay, so you lost 58 pounds. You're trying to lose an extra 15, which means that you're gonna lose a grand total of 70 plus pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so good job. So you're noticing that you are not seeing the scale drop as fast, right? But
Correct.
now, what usually happens once you're kind of inching towards our goal, we naturally start to have our version of senioritis, which means what? I'm not as motivated, which means I'm not as punctual, or I'm not doing all the little things I was doing initially in the beginning versus now. All right. So let me
That
ask you a couple key questions. Nicole, this morning, what was your stick color?
it was purple.
Okay, so purple. So that means, are there anything you can really do to fix your stick color?
No, because
No.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
There you go. So now we can take the food out of the department. How many times have you went for a walk in the past 2 weeks? Intentionally.
So out of 14 days, I would say 7.
Okay. So half. When it used to be about 4 to 5 days out the week, right?
Yeah, and a
Okay.
couple of times a day.
And a couple
Mm.
of times a day. So it went from I was doing it a couple of times a day to now I'm doing it about 5 to 6 times a week to now I'm doing it 5 to 6 times in 2 weeks. So we see we can pick up when it comes to our activity levels, right? Now, two,
Hmm.
how has your sleep been these past couple of weeks?
So at the retreat, it was terrible
Okay,
because we already have issues sleeping. Um, but for the last couple of days, it's been okay. I think I've gotten about 5.5, 6 hours sleep.
okay, all right. Now you already know that we was trying to help you, work on your sleep, right?
Hmm.
So what are you
Yeah.
doing different that's supposed to aid in you inducing sleep and staying asleep?
So, one, turning the settings on my phone. It automatic. I don't forgot what it's called, but it automatically goes on like at 7 o'clock. Um, I've been in my settings, and then if I watch a movie or a show or something, and I'm watching it on my phone,
Okay.
trying to be consistent with the bedtime, at least within the same hour.
Okay.
Um, and then of course the magnesium and I forgot what the other one is called,
Okay.
but taking things before I go to bed.
Okay. So you're taking the right things, and it sounds like you got the right protocol. Is your house still feeling like Africa, or no?
No, but my bed is because I still have all those colors.
Okay. So now I know you basically doing some variation of caregiving, right? So are you still
Mm,
able to drop your thermostat to around 68 to 67 degrees or no? Honestly.
mm, 'cause everybody starts complaining in the house.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna let you know from everything that you're telling me, that's going to be the main reason why. If you're telling me, or you're one of the women that says, Trey, I can go to sleep, I can't stay asleep, or I'm being woken up out my sleep a good amount of times, 9 times out of 10, especially if you notice that you naturally push the covers off you when you wake up, your body's temperature is raising. And in order for your
Mm,
body to stay asleep, your core body temperature got to drop about 2 degrees. So if you're not
mm,
staying asleep, ladies, it is too hot in your house. Or you are not eating enough during your window, which is stressing your body out, and now your body is releasing cortisol around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's the time when your liver tries to detoxify itself. So if your body's not able to balance its blood sugar levels or needs a little bit more help, that's when cortisol comes into play. But now, because cortisol is being raised, guess what? That's the thing that wakes you up in the morning every single time. All right. So there's always a reason why y'all are waking up in the middle of the night. Question is, are you able to figure it out? Okay. So Nicole, what I would advise you to do, probably just get a fan or something. If you can't drop your thermostat.
Yeah, I did. I got one put in over my bed a few weeks ago.
Okay, all right, so that works. All right. And are you waking up in the middle of the night to go pee, or just random and you just up?
Random and just up.
Okay, I know who I'm talking to. It might be because you're not eating enough. Okay,
Oh my
so make sure you have a little snack at night. All right. And we haven't had a conversation shits are, about 2 weeks. Have you been having
god.
that yogurt or legendary chips outside your window or no?
The yogurt, no. Mm-mm.
Okay. So just make sure, Nicole, in your specific case, end off your day with a yogurt or legendary chips, a snack that you like around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Yes, I know it's outside your window. See if you notice your sleep is a little bit better that night. Just try it out. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Celeste, ain't you supposed to be in Miami? How are you on this call?
I just got back yesterday.
Okay, you got back. How was your trip?
Yeah. It was good. It was needed.
Okay, all right, necessary. So once
Yeah.
again, Celeste, one of my best clients, she needed a little break from reality. So tell us how was your experience, and tell us what was the worst day that you had from start to finish, if you don't mind.
Worst date maybe was Sunday.
Okay.
Um, I guess me and my friend we went out to brunch.
Mhm.
I had ordered an omelet and then he ordered French toast and then we shared half and half. Um, and then later that night we went to there's this club that also has like a food court inside. So I got a poke bowl and sushi. And then he danced or whatever, went back to the hotel, and then at some point he got like Taco Bell, but then he just ordered me like one taco and that was it.
Okay.
So I guess probably like the worst day of eating, really. Um, but other than that, we just really had one meal because we went out there for a festival. So we would eat before we would go out there just so we don't have to buy, you know, the expensive like festival food. It's
Yeah.
not good. And then I mean, if anything, I mainly drink. That was my main thing. But
Okay.
yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna be candid with you. With the poke bowl, your little one taco from Taco Bell late at night,
I
to
know.
your French toast and omelet, this is your worst day. Does that really sound like a bad day?
No,
Because
it
it's not.
doesn't sound, especially since it was spread out. So it wasn't like it was back to back. I was eating. It was spread out within a few hours.
And you was moving your body a little bit more too, right?
Yes.
Um, okay. So let me ask you a better question.
Hmm.
Since Miami, did you gain as much weight as you expected, or didn't gain as much weight as you expected?
I didn't gain as much weight. Cuz on Friday I was at 153 and then I looked today and I was at 157. So
Okay.
I was like that's not bad for me. So
That's not bad at all.
yeah.
Okay. So great job. All
Mhm.
right. So once again, if you only gain about 3 pounds while you out of town, I give y'all A plus. Okay? Because we already know, ladies, in order for you to gain a pound of real fat, you have to eat 3,500 more calories than your current rate of eating. So that's like the equivalent of you having almost two full wine bottles to yourself in a day while you're still eating, which is why the drinks is the main thing that really gets people fat, right? Because what the drinks make you do is you're drinking your calories. People don't usually stop at one drink, they're probably gonna have two to three, right? So if every in a low calorie drink, like a skinny margarita, that's 200 calories. So if you have three skinny margaritas, that's 600 calories, right? That could have been a whole entire meal, but you're not associating with calories. But also, you are going to still order what you're going to order, but once you start having a little bit more drinks, you order more
Mhm.
because your parietal lobe function stops working, or your prefrontal cortex is not working as fluid as they usually do. So you're now ordering a little bit more. You're enjoying your food a little bit more. You're drinking a little bit more. That is a perfect storm for you to gain weight. But once again, you have to eat 3,500 over your calorie threshold for you to
Mm-hmm.
gain a pound of fat. So Celeste gained 4 pounds in Miami. Cool. If Celeste does a 40-hour fast, she's gonna get it all off.
Mm-hmm.
If
That's what I'm
anything,
doing.
plus some.
Yeah.
Right now, would I tell Celeste to do a 40-hour fast? No. There's multiple ways to skin a cat. What I'll tell Celeste to do is okay, you came back from Miami. What are you willing to do? If you just want to get out your system and try to get back to seeing the scale drop every single day again to the best of your ability, I'm going to say fast. If
Mm-hmm.
Celeste says, hey, Trey, I'm kind of tired of fasting, then I'm going to say, okay, Celeste, cool. I want you to start moving your body more. Okay, so if she usually gets 8,000 steps every single day, let's bump it up to 10. And she only works out earlier during the day, and then she probably do a little bit of activities later during the day. Cool. I want you to do a whole workout earlier during the day, but now I want you to go for an intentional, maybe 30 minutes to an hour walk later
Mm-hmm.
during the day.
Okay.
And these little decisions, especially if you do that for 3 days back to back to back, you'll be back at 153, if not lower than the weight that you start off at or where you left off at.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Celeste, you've been doing too good. You've been too, intentional with everything that you're doing. Don't worry about doing it fast. Just get back to it the natural way.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Good
Sounds
job.
good.
All right. Um, let's speak to Miss. You know what, Monique? You went out too. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm great. I'm great. So, how was your weekend too? Because you did a little something something this weekend.
I went out on Sunday. It was like a day party, slash coffee. I don't know. It's like vendors and coffee and music, and it was fine. Me and my sister went, and we got the chilaquiles, and they were
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. Like you could see the
For real?
oil. You could
Oh, that's
see the
funny.
oil like all around the plate, and we took a couple bites, and we're just like, it's not even worth it. So we tossed it. I did have a coffee. It
Okay.
had like, the condensed milk, and the espresso. I didn't get any alcohol, and then we left and we went to this taco place, and I ate two tacos. Um, so I feel like I didn't really eat that bad. And then for dinner, I had a chicken parmesan and then broccoli, and that was it.
Okay. So after your festivities, did you weigh yourself the next day?
I did. I hold on. I wrote it down. So I was 145.2, and then after I was 145.8.
Okay. So you gained a grand total like zero point 0.7 pounds, right? Or zero point 0.6 pounds,
Point
right?
six, yeah.
Okay. So once again, based off what you experience, you enjoying time with your sister, you going to this event, and you having tacos later, do you feel like that zero point 0.6 pounds was worth it?
Yeah, I feel like it was.
And that's how I want y'all to rationalize it, okay, ladies? So when y'all living y'all life on that particular day, don't really worry about the scale too much. I want you to enjoy yourself to make better choices. Monique had the opportunity to drink, but she chose not to drink. But she did choose to have a coffee that she wanted, which probably got a little bit of sugar and cream and little stuff like that, right? But overall, we all know a coffee is a better choice than any type of drink. Period. Okay. She had some tacos, but once again, the worst part of the taco is not really the taco by itself. You already know it's gonna be the tortilla, but it's gonna be the tortilla, it's gonna be the beans, it's gonna be the rice, and horchata. So if she's not
Yeah.
having the crazy juices and drinks with it, she has nothing to worry about. Two tacos is not gonna kill nobody. And then she ended off her day on a high note because you said you ended off your day with chicken parmesan, right?
Yeah, and a side of broccoli.
Perfect day. I'm never gonna beat you up for that. All right. So now, Monique, let's talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to me and you. How has your sleep been since our last discussion?
I feel like it's been better. I feel
Okay.
like my diet is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like from yesterday, from Monday to today, I only dropped point 0.4, and I mean, I ate really well.
Okay.
So it's kind of frustrating to like eat good and sleep good, and then you only lose like point something pounds. You don't even lose a whole pound.
Okay. So now, one thing I am gonna let y'all know, ladies, once again, if the scale drops period. Point 0.4, a pound, point 0.2. You are in the right direction. Okay? That is an A for the day. Do not psych yourself out thinking that you should be dropping more, yet you're taking the time to learn your body, right? And in your case, Monique, since I got you on the call, tell us everything that you ate and drank on yesterday, period.
Yesterday for lunch, I didn't pack lunch, so I stopped at In and Out and I got a double double with no spread and protein style. And then for dinner, I had shrimp, grilled chicken, and broccoli with mushrooms.
Okay. So now, Monique, based off everything that you told me, if
hmm
you had to take a wild guess, what do you think I'm gonna say as to why the scale didn't drop more?
I would say it's because my first meal wasn't like protein heavy. I didn't even feel full, and I think it just wasn't a good first meal.
You didn't eat enough.
Yeah.
Simple. So, in theory, you made the right choices, but you just didn't give your body enough. If your man said, "Hey, boo, I'm gonna pay for your nails," and then you bank on him to pay for your nails like he promised, your nails come out to $200, but he only gives you $100. What did he just do?
Wait, say that again. I'm so sorry. I'm
If your man was
driving.
gonna pay for your nails
Uh-huh.
and he only gives you $100,
Yeah.
and you know your nails cost $200, Manny Petty, what did he just do?
He gave me less than what I
He
needed.
gave you less than what you needed, so now you are stressed out, and now when you get home, you're gonna fight him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So your body's doing the same thing. So in theory, you made the right choices. But once I seen your last meal and you told me what you ate earlier, I just want to tell you, I was like, okay, she didn't. That's why she didn't eat enough. Because now if I type in double double protein style in and out, you see how many calories I said right there?
520.
That's only 520 calories.
Yeah.
So that is a great meal to start your day off with, to make
hmm
sure that you're on pace to hit the amount that you need, right? So let's say Monique decided to have this, right? And then later during the day, she decides to have a bag of legendary chips, maybe, and some yogurt later that day. And then she ended off her day with a chicken and shrimp. Now you're in the more the realm where that's enough. Okay?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like
Yeah.
when I'm on the run like that and I can't have a good meal and then I get hungry later, what do you suggest? Like a yogurt with berries or like cottage cheese? Like what's a good like in between meal if I feel hungry and I know that I didn't have a good first meal?
So in your case, because I kind of have an idea of how you live your lifestyle, you can go to In and Out, get a triple though.
Okay.
Let's say you know 9 times out of 10 you might not be hungry later, and we all had that feeling before, right? Then what some
Yeah.
of my clients do, believe it or not, they get two and double doubles,
Okay.
and then after that, because now we do the math, 520 times two is 10,040. If you just have anything, I'm gonna just end up my day with a legendary chips. I'm gonna end up my day with some cheese seeds inside some yogurt. I guarantee you the scale's gonna drop. Question is how much, and it's gonna drop at least a half a pound, because now you gave your body enough protein, right? Now
Yeah.
let's say you had a day like this. You start off your day with an In-N-Out burger, and you know you're gonna cook for your last meal of the day. You know one thing I want you to incorporate next time? One of these.
Okay.
That's it. Because what's gonna happen now is if you're not giving your body enough calories, if you at least give your body enough protein, you give your body or your brain that, hey, we got enough protein coming in, you can release this body fat. But once again, I would rather y'all eat your calories for the people who usually tend to like to snack later during the day. Monique, since you've been on my program, I don't think you ever had a snack.
No.
Exactly. That means you're not a snacker. True or false? Or you used to
True.
snack, you just feel like you can't snack anymore.
Both.
So now let's talk about that, because now you might notice that the snacks might work in your favor because you naturally tend to undereat now because you're not as hungry, right? So like let's say throughout the whole duration of the day, after you had that double double, since your last meal, were you actually hungry at any point in time?
Yesterday, no, because I was busy. Today, I like right now, I feel hungry.
Okay, so you should eat. Or you should have a snack, right? So now what I want you to do is you can either grab these. This is always one of the best things you can do. So like even like me, I'm like you, Monique. I don't eat a lot during the whole entire day. Women be telling me all the times they eat more than me, and they laugh at it. Cool. So I would have my first meal of the day, which is kind of a good decent meal. But if I know later during the day I'm probably not gonna have a real solid meal, I'm gonna grab one of these from Target every single day. Just so you know. Okay? Or Walmart or Amazon, whatever. Or you can get it at every single gas station got this on average, except Exxon. So if you go to a Shell, a 7-Eleven, something like that, they're gonna have it. Um, but now, what snacks are you telling yourself you cannot have since you've been on this program that you love?
Mm, I think I would say like chips and
Okay.
like a fruit bowl and stuff like that.
Okay. What's your favorite type of chip?
I like hot chips.
Okay. All right, little, spicy mommy. Okay. So you like hot chips, right? Do you like
Yeah.
like Dorito spicy hot chips, like the purple bag, or what?
No, I like Takis and
Takis.
turbos
Okay.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not sure if they got it, but let's do an experiment together. Protein based Taki chips. Let's see what comes up. All right. So they don't got the Taki chips, and basically you already know what a Taki chip is, right? It's a tortilla chip rolled up.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, even though it's not in the same shape, you're gonna get the exact same type of feeling with this. Every single client sent it in, they say Taki chips, they say, okay, Trey, I can do this. Just let you know.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, matter of fact, I'm not showing you the Quest hot and spicy chips.
Okay.
Okay. Um. Now, if you like something like, let's say, hold up, give me 1 second.
I really like acai bowls too, and I go to this place in the mall that has it's called Protein LA, and they make protein smoothies and they're really good. But you know what? They put a lot of like bananas and it's all sugar essentially. It's like 42 grams of protein, but if you really look at it, it's all sugar.
Okay. You know what? What's this place called?
Protein LA bar?
Okay, they got TDE calculator too. So let's see.
No, it's not that one.
Oh, it's not this. Okay, I'm about to say
No,
this. Protein bar LA.
I think so. It's like that. Yeah, it's in the mall. That one.
Okay, protein bar LA.
I don't know if they have a website.
Okay, all right. So yeah, if they don't got a website, the best thing you can do, especially if you're looking for some specific ladies, if you have an idea of one, you got a whole general idea about all of them. If I type in white potatoes and a white potato got 33 grams of carbs, it doesn't matter if it's a russet potato, it doesn't matter if it's a Japanese potato, it's gonna be around 30 grams of carbs, right? So if you're at a website or at a business where they don't have nutrition facts for what they have there, it is safe to say it's going to be identical to one of their competitors, right? So what I would tell her to do is let's actually look at Smoothie King, right? That's the biggest smoothie place. So now if we look at Smoothie King and we look at their protein smoothies, right? And once again, if you know the ingredients to what's getting inside the smoothie, you have a general idea. So you know what, Monique? When you order your smoothie or acai bowl, what do you
Mhm.
naturally put inside your acai bowl smoothie?
Um, so if I get an acai bowl, it has like strawberries, bananas, granola. I think they put like agave on top, and that's it.
Okay.
If I get the protein smoothie from that place, I get the chocolate hazelnut. It has almond milk, protein powder, banana, cacao nibs, and I think they put some Nutella in it.
Okay. All right. So we already know based off the ingredients she just said, that's not helping you lose weight. So what I'll tell
Yeah.
you to do, Monique, if you want to have that acai bowl, which you can, just let that be your cheat.
Yeah.
You can chew in the acai bowl. I'm gonna chew with my margaritas. We're doing the same thing.
That's why I don't want to cheat with the acai bowl. It's not worth it.
But you see what I'm saying? That's why I stopped
Yeah.
having an acai bowl.
Yeah.
Context. Because now I'm literally saying, can I have my acai bowl or can I get a Samya cookies? Which one's gonna win?
The
It's Samya
cookies.
cookies for me, right? But some days, maybe once out of every 2 to 3 months, I'm like, it's Samya cookies or margaritas. It's Samya cookies. It's Samya cookies or acai bowl. But guess what? I'm trading off because that's what you're doing. All right. Because one thing I'm going to let y'all know, once again, ladies, the worst type of sugar for body composition is fructose. When your body is given fructose and the main source of sugar is fructose, what's going to happen is it's going to slow down your mitochondria, which is the energy powerhouse for your cells. And it's going to basically turn on some enzymes where instead of your body is burning this energy as quickable, usable energy for right now, it's storing this energy for a rainy day. So when bears are trying to hibernate, just to give you an idea, when bears are trying to hibernate, what do they eat? A whole lot of berries, nuts, and fruits. Because all animals that hibernates know, naturally, this fruit, keyword, not some fruit, the quantity of the fruit, will literally help me put on fat faster. What we did in America, or, in this new generation, we took this fructose and we found a way to make it liquid. And when we made it liquid and we hybridized it, essentially, right? Table sugar is a component of 50% glucose, the one that your body wants to use real quick. The same glucose from rice, the same glucose from potatoes, and stuff like that. But it's true sugar. Cool. But now we paired it with fructose. So when you give your body a whole lot of added sugar that's on the back of these labels, then now your body is really going to raise that insulin levels, which means your body can stop burning body fat, period. But now we're definitely storing this body fat because you gave me fructose too. So when Monique says, oh yeah, I'm getting some cacao nibs, right? That's going to be nothing but really just carbs because it's not processed. But then I'm putting some agave on top. Agave is nothing but fructose. With this banana, fructose. With the strawberries, fructose. Hazelnut, sugar. So that's nothing but sugar with some protein. All right. And once again, just to give you an idea, let's kind of see if they got something similar at Smoothie King. Hazelnut, Smoothie King. I don't think they got nothing like that. I know they got a chocolate one. Okay, acai cacao haze bowl. Acai base, granola. She said granola. Strawberries, bananas. Wow, ain't that almost the exact same thing, Monique?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So always look at the king of the castle. And whoever's the king of the castle, what these other people are going to do is going to try to somewhat mimic it. So now, oh, 125 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fat, 650 calories, 63 grams of sugar, 54 added sugar. So, as y'all can see right here in the flesh, this bowl, which is a medium sized bowl, is definitely going to make you gain weight, period. So, if you're going to have it, live your life. Because now, if I compare it to what I want, she can have her acai bowl. Let's type in cookies and cream cookie insomnia cookies. This is my new favorite cookie, y'all. They just dropped it this year. This got 240 calories, 10 grams of total fat, and 34 grams of carbs. So what does that mean? Essentially, I can have 3 cookies. That's equivalent, which I only already order, and that's equivalent to literally her acai bowl that's supposed to be healthy. Except her acai bowl got 30 more grams of carbs than mine. Okay? So more of the story, ladies. Of course, an acai bowl is healthier than cookies. Nobody's arguing that. But in this theory, my cookies will help you lose more weight than her acai bowl. That's why I say, ladies, if you're going to have some fruit, eat it, don't drink it, and B, have one particular fruit at a time. Nobody just wants to eat 3 bananas back to back to back. Nobody's really doing that. But if I had some bananas over here, and then I have some strawberries over there, a little sprinkle of granola, some blueberries. Oh, and acai base, that's fruit. Now, because I'm switching up my palate, I can eat a lot more of it because all of my senses are getting a little bit more stimulated. Versus me just hitting the same sensor over and over again by eating nothing but strawberries. Sooner or later, you're going to get tired of it. Nothing but blueberries. Sooner or later, you're going to get tired of it. But if I have all the fruit that I want and then I concentrate it, pulverize it, and drink it or eat it with a spoon, it's going to be easier for me to consume. All right? So eat your fruit. Ladies, don't drink your fruit. Monique said, hey, Trey, I'm going to eat 5 oranges today. Because that's all I really want to do. I'm like, okay, 5 is a little bit excessive, but I'd rather you do that than a acai bowl. Go crazy. Because you're probably going to stop at the 3rd orange. Easily. Okay? All right. So yeah, ladies, make sure you get the fruit that you want. Just Google it once so you know what you're getting yourself into. It only takes one Google search for you to remember your favorite fruits. I know 1 cup of grapes is 16 grams of carbs. Off the top of my head, that's about 8 grapes. Nobody on earth is only eating 8 grapes for 16 grams of carbs, which means every single grape got about 2 carbs in it. Therefore, once I realize this, I have grapes here and there. I'm never buying grapes to have in my household. So I already know I pull out grapes out the vine. Doesn't make logical sense. I had blackberries in my house for the past 2 months. And every single time, I never ate all of my blackberries before it starts molding. Which means what? I don't really care for blackberries. Which means what? I should have this in my house. Because now, if I really want some fruit, and that's my excuse, I need something sweet, I had the blackberries, but because I'm not eating as much, I should expect the scale to drop more. So make sure your environment is conducive for your current goals, ladies. More of the story. All right. Thank you for sharing, Monique. The last person I want to talk to is Ms. Dennis. How you doing? Or Denise.
Dennis, I'm okay.
Yeah, I know
How
it's
are
Dennis.
you?
I mess with you. How you doing?
I'm okay. Yourself?
Good, good. Your day's a little bit better since earlier?
Yeah, just tired now,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's okay. So, how you feel like your food choices were today?
It was good because I only ate 1 meal, but I was like super full like after finishing that meal, so
Okay.
I didn't have anything else for the day.
Tell me everything that you ate and drank so far today. Even
So
though it's
to
one meal.
drink, I had the Trader Joe's clementine and something. It's pretty much like a sparkling water with 0 calories.
Okay.
Then I had some alkaline water in between that. Then for lunch, well, my only meal, I had sweet plantain, I had chicken, and I had zucchini.
Okay. So, I know you just got on the call, right?
Hmm.
Out of everything that you just named, what was the worst thing that you ate and why?
Sweet plantain.
Okay. But you notice how you sound like you were fully aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you know beforehand or did you find out after?
It was pretty much mid eating. I'm like, wait, I don't think this is good. And then I looked it up and I was like, yeah, this is not good.
Okay. So the most starchiest fruit of them all are plantains. That's why plantains taste so amazing, especially when you
Hmm.
fry them. So now, were the plantains fried or no?
Yeah, they were fried.
You see how many grams of carbs you see right there?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. What I need you to do is be intentional, which means instead of you waiting until you get hungry to eat, because you start off your day so perfect.
Mhm.
Before you make a food choice, Google it once. Because just like I told Monique, I'm not telling her she can't have an acai bowl. I'm just saying don't expect the scale to drop having that.
Right.
Okay? And especially if you know you're having a fried plantain. Would I rather you have fried wings or fried starches?
Wings.
I'd rather you have a fried protein than you having a fried carb, period. Okay? So the days that you're choosing to have a fried plantain or any plantains, you're telling yourself, I'm living my life. I'm not expecting the scale to drop because it won't. Especially if I have plantains, zucchini, and you only notice you only had one protein. So
Right.
what I need you to do is reverse it. And here's the irony: you don't have a lot of weight to lose. If you said, okay, for 2 weeks, I'm gonna just do what this man says, you'll be done.
It's so hard for me to eat so much protein though. I'm just not using so much protein. I'm really trying.
Okay, which is fine. But here's the irony: you don't have to eat as much protein if you're picking the better quality sides too.
Right.
So where's your spinach? Where's your asparagus? Where's your okra? Where's your callaloo? Where's your endive?
I mean,
Where's your
I had
salads?
okra and beef the day before, so the day before was a really good day. It was today. It was like, yeah,
Would you rather have your man never cheat on you, or only cheat on you on the weekends?
never.
There you go. What did that mean? Consistency.
Right.
Okay. So if you have one good day, but then one bad day, if I have an A in one class or A on
Mhm.
the test and then an F on another test, what's your grade?
Average. Let's see.
Stall. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's why you need to make sure you start off your day perfect, like the way you did, then end off your day perfect, especially because you only eat max 1 to 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
So you have way less wiggle room than a woman that's eating 4 meals a day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm only having one source of income coming from one job, I gotta keep it cute with my employer here because if I lose this job, I'm not making no income. Versus somebody who has 5 different sources of income, if they lose one source, it's not really that deep. Okay? So if you're only having one meal in that day, you have to make sure you're eating more protein. But you say you don't eat a lot of protein. If I make you get
Mhm.
Wingstop and I make you get 15 wings and that's the only thing you can eat the whole entire day, you're telling me you're not gonna eat at least 10 wings?
Probably not, honestly. Like that day you told me to get Wingstop, like my heart almost stopped. But yeah,
But did the scale drop the very next day?
it did.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
grab something that's convenient for you to finish. And fair, honestly, it might sound like just like I told Monique, you might want to go ahead and grab one of these. And it's called about the end ladies, but get one of these. If you pack 2 of these a day,
Mhm.
this should help your journey a lot, especially because you're not eating enough. Okay? But we'll talk more off air. Thank y'all for making this
Okay.
call, ladies. I'll speak to y'all on Thursday.